Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your body and your health from where you are to where it is that you want to be, as well as tackling your mindset, making you stronger, making you better so that you can learn and grow each and every day. And today I've got a really important topic that is near and dear to my heart. And I wanted to share it with you because I feel like there's so many people out there that fall into this category. And I want to talk through how I'm going to approach this for 2021. And the topic is, how do we become a better role model for our children? One of the things that I've prided myself on is being the best version of myself and looking for opportunities every single day to grow myself, so that I can become the absolute best version of me. What I have down pat is how to optimize my health every day, how to optimize my fitness and strength and cardiovascular fitness every day. But every single day I am still searching for, how can I make this week better than last week? Today better than yesterday. Reading, researching, listening, making sure that I'm absorbing new content, observing trends and running through my logic system to see, does this make sense or not? What can I benefit out of this? Looking at the different foods and the different advancements in technology to see, do these things make sense? Can I implement these things in my life as science progresses? And things like, say, the coronavirus vaccine. And I think about, is that something that I want to put into my body? And to be honest, that'd be something that I would take advice from my my general practitioner, my doctor, who looks after all my health. And he suggests to me that given my age and the industry that I work in and the amount of exposure that I have to people, that he recommends that I should have a flu shot every year. So that's what I do. I'm assuming he would recommend something the same for the coronavirus vaccine. There is still something in my head, though, that says maybe this vaccine is being rushed, and there's a small doubt in my mind that perhaps they haven't ticked all the boxes that perhaps they should with this. But again, you've got to rely on your professionals when it comes to some of these things, and I'd be relying on him. If he said that I should take it, then I would probably just take it. So I'm always looking for new improvements in terms of the supplementation that I put into my body. So I use the Isagenix products because I've done my research, I look at the science, and I can see that these are the best products available. And so I put them into my body because I trust the people, I trust the culture, I trust the ethics of the company, the science, the scientists, and that's why I take these products and I feel the results of taking them. Does that mean they'll be the only ones I ever take? No, I take some other supplements as well. So like some fish oil and some magnesium, some vitamin D. I take those and they're not Isagenix products. I'm looking for always the best things to put into my body, but not to be overdoing things as well, getting the right balance right for me. So, of course, I do all those things so that I've got the right energy in me. I've got the right focus in me so that I can be the best coach and be the best person of me in any area of my life, as I show up. So one of the things that I love greatly is my workouts. Now, if I don't back up with what I talk about in terms of my food, my nutrition, my sleep, my supplements, all of those things, then that means that I can't show up. I walk into the gym and I'm completely exhausted. I don't show up in the way that I need to maximize and optimize that workout. So that's why I make sure that I do all those other things so that I feel great to do the workout. Then I can do the workout and feel even better as well. So these things go hand in hand. That means that I show up as the best version of me. I'm focused, I'm productive, I'm constantly looking to improve. One of the other really critical components and important parts of me is to make sure that I'm the best dad. I have two beautiful girls and I want to make sure that I can be a great role model for them. Now, I can see that in the way that I live, that shows that I really highly value my body, my health. So that means that, they see what I do. So therefore, I would see that as being a good role model for them. If I had some bad habits, then perhaps I would look at that and say, maybe I could do better here. So I'm very focused on my food and my exercise and everything, and they know that. And the way that I talk to them, in terms of my mindset, they know how focused I am, to some extent, because they're teenagers, and a lot of the time I'm sure they don't listen at all. But I'm constantly looking for ways to be able to put myself forward as the best version of a dad. So if I do a summary and people would look at me and say, wow, you are an amazing dad. Look at everything that you do, how positive you are for all your clients, etc., then, how could they not see you as being a great role model? Now, I think we also learn from our past experiences. So the way that we were parented, I look at the way that mum and dad parented me, and there are things that I like that I put in place, and there are things that I didn't like that I leave out. And there are things that I create based on the people that I associate with, the successful people that I follow, things that I read. And I think, wow, that's a really powerful thing. I want to implement that in my own life. But just like I look to optimize my health, I think there is always an opportunity to be a better role model. And if I look at maybe the last 12 months, I think I've built a stronger connection with my girls, and that's been powerful. But if I'm looking to improve, if I take a step back and look at, okay, so how could I be a better role model for my girls? I think I want them to go forward in life and become, great mums, and to be great partners for if they want to partner with someone. Be great leaders in leading themselves first, and then leading others if they want to have children, and just be in successful relationships, whether they be working relationships or intimate relationships, whatever. And I think I can see some gaps in the way that I father, and I think I can do better in some of these ways to be a better role model. And I think one of them is to listen more, particularly when it comes to the work that I do. I listen a lot, but I also talk a lot as well. And I think because of the busyness of life and my schedule, it can be easy sometimes to just talk and just say, well, this is what we're going to do. Can you do this? It's very transactional, if I say that. And often things can get so busy that we don't take enough time out to really listen to the people in our lives. And I think I see that as a definite area where I can improve this year or over this next year, because if I look at what the gift that COVID gave us was forced homeschooling, forced me to be with them more often, forced me to have more conversations with them during the day, forced me to get across what's going on in their life, etc., etc. And there have been things that have come up for both of them this year that makes me stop and reflect and think, oh gosh, should I have not noticed that before? And I just, missed it for whatever reason. So I think listening is one of those things. And as the girls get older, finding a way to teach them and empower them in a way that starts to build their self-esteem as people, as adults, as equipping them for life. They'll be 16 and 14 in the middle of August next year. And I need to make sure that they are developing these life skills. So they're, my youngest one, she's doing a lot more cooking. She's way more advanced in cooking than my older one. She's just not interested in it at this stage. But either was I really at that age. And I didn't really become interested in cooking until I was about 20 and I needed to move out. I thought, I'm 22, 21. And I'm like, I better start to learn some of these recipes that Mum's been cooking that I like, so that when I'm starting to do this myself, I can do it. And I have a feeling that'll be like Emily. She'll want to start to learn how to cook things as she gets close to moving out. The younger one, she wants to know, she's more like MasterChef and being really creative. So I see listening more, building some more life skills for them. I would also really like to have them develop a love for reading. And I haven't worked out how to do that yet. They used to really enjoy reading as younger. My eldest one, she's not interested at all now. It's all just about the phone. And that my eldest one, did I say? And yeah, my youngest one, she's not really into it at the moment, but I think she could be. So I've got to find a way to just encourage them to get into the reading and get this gift of self-knowledge and self-learning now, because I know how much it would have dramatically improved my life from age 16 when I started to do it. And I didn't keep going with it. I had probably a gap of 24 years before I picked it up again, and then realised, wow, why did I stop doing this? This is so good to build your mind. Well, I know why I did it. I got busy, and I told myself a story that I'm too busy to do this, so I won't do it. Not a good place to be. So I don't want them to fall into that trap as well. And I guess for me, it's probably also about learning how can I become a better role model for them, because you don't know what you don't know. And I think, well, these are the things that I think I should teach them. And I guess when you don't have a partner in your life, so there's the woman in my life is the girl's mum, and even though we don't live together, we are talking throughout the week about things that are going on with the kids. Maybe we need to do, have a different approach, etc., etc. But I guess we don't have, how can I say? We're not having daily discussions in depth about, issues with the kids and stuff. So I'm trying to do that with their mum. But when it's your partner that you live with, I guess it's a little bit different. And one thing that I know as a man is that a woman brings something that a man is just not capable of bringing to your children. And so I think that's an important part for me to keep in mind, that yes, the dads are important, obviously, in your kid's life, but the girls and mum, I've noticed that, and I asked my boot campers this morning, my female ones, I said, do you find that your girls talk differently to your dad? They will tell their dad something different to the mum. They all said in chorus, yes. And I'm starting to notice that with my girls. There'll be things that my girls are not comfortable talking about things with me because of just the way that perhaps they perceive that things will be taken by me versus how they will be taken with their mum. So again, something where I need to learn and become, I think, better at as well. There's always something, I believe, that you can look at to focus on improving. So I've been thinking, well, how do I become a better role model? There's all those things that I just suggested. I think continuing to perhaps look at who are some great role models in the world of being great dads and learning from them, whether that would be reading books about perhaps what they have done, listening to podcasts, or just following them on social media or something to see, well, what are they doing? What is it that I like about the way that they're parenting that I would like? So, for instance, a great example that I heard back in 2018 when I was in LA and met Dr. Phil, I remember something that he said, which was one of the Christmas gifts that he gave his kids, which I did over this last year, was said to them, what I want for them is 1 hour a week where I can teach them whatever I choose to teach them. And last year, both my girls said yes, even though one of them went reluctantly. They asked a bunch of questions about, well, what will we do, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, whatever it is that I want to teach you. So I taught them how to screw in a light bulb, how to change a light, how to put air in the tyres, how to look at the oil in the car, where to put the water in the windscreen wiper squishy thing when you pull the lever. How to boil an egg, how to do just different things around the home, everyday type of things that perhaps they'd never done. How to use the dishwasher, how to use the washing machine, how much detergent to put in the washing machine, folding clothes, hanging clothes up, a lot of things like that, as well as some deeper messages there as well. And I picked that up from Dr. Phil, because when he said it, I thought, man, that's an amazing, amazing gift to give your kids. Because as they get older, so like for right now, for instance, my oldest is having a sleepover with four of her friends. They're up there talking, they don't want to have anything to do with dad. I get that, they're teenagers and they're having fun, and it's all innocent, I hope. And that's just part of growing up, isn't it? You're having your space, you're having friends over, you're talking, you want your privacy, you want to act like you don't have a parent at all, you just don't want anything to do with them. And that's all part of just that growth cycle. And I guess they want to spend less and less time with you, and eventually they leave, and then they come back when they want something. And so we've got this really narrow window, really, where we've got that opportunity to be imparting our knowledge onto them, even though as they get older and they go through different things, you'll be imparting knowledge and sharing things with them. I just think there's a narrow window where you've got certain opportunities to do things. And I just think, well, even though I've got the rest of my life to be leading my life in a way that reflects a good role model, I think leading by example is a great way to be a role model, but also continuously improving, because I'd be the first to admit that there are certain things that I do that probably aren't great, and I want to spend more time with the girls amongst me driving my business, so that they see that connection is not lost, and that they see that I want to spend more and more time with them. So that's one of the big things that I've identified this year for me, is to become a better role model for my girls. And I'm sure that you're out there thinking, well, maybe you've got some advice for me, but maybe there's something in there for you, being a better role model for your kids, or maybe it's someone else in your life where you want to be a better role model. So that's my thought of the day. Stay safe wherever you are. Christmas is just a few more sleeps away. I'll talk to you tomorrow.